I trusted you. And it seems like my love simply isn't enough for you. Instead of me holding you close to dissolve all your hurts, you rather soothe and cope while you're gripping my throat. To my recognition, that isn't a decent pair, and I honestly don't believe that's what Jordan meant when she's saying, how can I breathe with no air? Because that's exactly how I feel whenever you are there. Contained in this bubble of what you could potentially be and leaning on love that I'm forcing myself to see, accepting your blows because you claim it's out of care while I'm scared of moving on because I feel like your presence is rare. Indulge in all your sweet nothings and promises galore, turn my logic counterclockwise no matter how many times I hit that cold, damp floor. I've seen so many hues from purple, red to blue. I've come to realize that my skin is now permanently immune, but that would be silly of me to even voice that tune because this bright skin of mine will highlight any given clue of abuse, and yet it's still hard for me to cut you loose. From being a daddy's girl, a debutante to college degrees, never would I thought my mind would be wrapped around a man's time on bended knees, crying for forgiveness like everything fell on me when it was your actions and your fears that tumbled indefinitely. You made me feel so low and never good enough. I was starting to believe that my life was just too tough to survive on my own and no one would ever love me. Your number one chant was, no one would come above me. But on October 23rd, my life changed forever. Life flashed before my eyes. It was now or never. I just had to play one scenario in my head. Would you want your future daughter to see you laying in this hospital bed? Barely breathing on your own? With non-functional organs? While she contemplates in her mind, will I be with my mom in the morning? Or will she be mourning? Because of me. Because I chose to let a man control while I refused to see my worth. I've been misguided since birth. The only love I knew was to hit him where it hurts. I was completely wrong. Love is patient, which I was with you. Love is kind and never turns you blue. It's not rude, it's not self-seeking, and it's not easily angered. And when I read that verse, love is patient, which I was with you. Love is kind and never turns you blue. It's not rude, it's not self-seeking, and it's not easily angered. And when I read that verse, there was no defining you. I was wasting my energy with someone who couldn't reincorporate what they should have been taught in Sunday school. From that day on, I learned to love myself. If I won't, then how would I expect someone else? God gave me a vision, more than you would ever know. Sometimes holding on does more damage than letting go. My brothers and sisters through Christ, stand strong and never lose sight. Anyone abusing you, whether it's mental or physical, is never worth your life. I didn't know how strong I was until being strong was my only choice. Now I will be an advocate for anyone without a voice. I didn't lose anything. I've only gained. Carrying that weight was unnecessary to maintain. Just as butterflies rise and tigers roar, I'm a survivor. Now it's time for me to soar. Thank you, Lord.